What's the word of the day? Was. Weird word. Anyways, time to repair this guy. We got a battery to replace here. Brand new one right here. Got all the beautiful wrapping. Smells delicious. You just Wads. Rah. There we go. Now my mic's working right. Rah. Anyways. Got this boy. First thing we gotta do. We gotta get our super cool. Heck yeah. You did in fact make it in time. We gotta grab our super cool bit. I don't know if what I'm holding is a Torx or if it's these super weird star bits. We're gonna have to see. It is in fact a Torx. This is the cool, super weird star bit. Think. Oh yeah. Oh ja, that is the stuff. We got it right here. Let me get my panel up so I can control my camera and give you all the cool. See now, sorry that wasn't frame. Anyways, I can do super cool stuff like this. And then I can bring it up. Even if I have the phone over here, actually, I can just take the window and boom. I love this app. Anyways, screws. Weird pentalope star things. I hate these. Apple's bunches. Pull them out. Fortunately, I didn't get a new waterproof seal, but considering the back of it is cracked, this client, to my knowledge, doesn't care a whole ton about the waterproofing, is what I gathered. It'll still be completely dust proof, and I'll make sure to alcohol swab the seal so it'll work the best that it can. Now what we got here, and zoom y'all out. Alright, that's a good zoom level. Now what we're gonna need here, it's the fun part. Gonna have to heat this to get into it. So I got my heat gun. Go ahead and heat her up. Fun part, it takes a little bit. Could also get my suctions ready. Wouldn't advise it, but I'm a professional. Okay, got my suctions ready. Now we can go back into heating this. Focus on the phone. Focus phone on the phone. Do it, buddy. I believe in you. Had another suction that I set down over here. I have to remember where I set it. Because this is probably going to take a twofer. There we go. I like to heat up the back and the front. Just because, in theory, it could warp the phone. And while it probably won't happen, and I've never had it happen, in theory, that can cause some stress and crack the back works. And, I don't know, quality assurance, you know? I've gone ahead and tried to buy a new screen protector for you. Something I know. do, but now we should. Making it. Still on? Okay, good, it's powered off. Well, now it's not. That's okay. It'd give me an overheating warning, honestly. And then just ask me to shut it down. Oh my goodness, it's the same on both sides. It's almost like Apple thought of that. Isn't that insane? That's crazy, guys. Oh, I got my thumb a little close. Yeah, temperature warning. That's okay. And honestly, I think I've given it enough heat. Hey, oh buddy, let me shut you down. Shut down! Stop trying to face ID me! Turn off! Yeah, I call myself professional, and then I do stuff like this. Okay. I would like to have this off for... Okay, looks like we're gonna have to do the forceful method of opening her up and unplugging the battery. But that's okay. See, we're getting a little bit of lift already. Doesn't seem like it's gonna be the worst removal I've done. Okay, so I got my fingernail in there, as you can see. Volume up and power button? Ah, you're right. Smart. I always forget this with the newer phones. I don't know why I forget it when I own a 12. But yes, that is 100% the correct way to power it off. I'm a little special. But, you can see, I pulled it up just enough that I can get my fingernail underneath here. You don't want to really do much more than that. Just because obviously the screen is thin and frail. So you don't want a ton of space. You just want enough that you can get your fingernail in there. And you get yourself a thin but stiff pick. I pulled that all sorts out of you. But it's decently stiff. It doesn't really matter. As long as it's able to fit down in there. And then you can cut the adhesive. So now you don't have to worry about cracking your screen because you're not pulling force on the screen. You're just going underneath and you're breaking the adhesive apart. So very small movements. Going across. Slowly lifting that. And if at any point it gets hard, that means you need to hit it with the heat again. See that? Oh no. The worst may have happened. Let's see, was that your protector or was that the screen? Now remember, if this is the screen, this is something I pay for in full. Let's see. Hoping it's the protector, but seeing as I'm not getting video, we're gonna lift your protector. I know, intrusive. And when I have accidents like this, I will get you part replacements off Amazon One Day Shipping. If I can. Okay, here's what I'm seeing here. Yes. that crack did go through. Well, I send my formal apologies. I will get you a new part as soon as I can. I'm very, very sorry for this. I'm honestly surprised it cracked. Why'd it crack? I've never had a phone crack on me like that, and I've been doing this for a while. Hope it still powers on. Let me try it. Off. Oh, yeah. That's bad. Well, that's something a customer never wants to hear. So yes, this is a case where, as you can see, that crack went deep enough that it basically killed your LCD. You can hear that the phone is completely fine. This is where I would just go on Amazon as soon as I get paid, which is Saturday. And I order with one-day shipping, so I won't be able to get it back to you on Friday like I had hoped. But the screen is on me. That's completely on me. But yeah, as you can see here, basically that was enough that it hit the LCD and killed it. I've actually never had this happen on screen repairs that I do, to be honest. Or at least screen removals. I've done this on my own phone. I'm guessing because the Mini is so much smaller and the adhesive on the 12 series was stronger, I think I needed to actually give it more heat than I was comfortable. So I should have gave it more heat. What we're going to do is we're going to just continue on and replace the battery. And like I said, I'll order that part, and then I'll just slap it on there and bring it to you. Since you're in the chat, does that sound good to you? And there's a minute delay, so I'll give you a second to answer that while I heat it up more. Once again, very sorry, but these things happen, which is why when it's stuff like this, I will cover a screen. And one of these screens shouldn't be much. The most I've seen them go for is like 60. Some of these OLED models, the screen can get bad. Okay, good, that's fine. Yeah. So I figure... Oh, she's still trying to power on. I'm gonna have to keep going at it, because obviously there's no way for me to power it on like off like this. I've had to do this before. It's not necessarily bad. The worst that happens is if it does get too hot, it will shut down, but the phone knows to shut down. But yeah. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I've only worked on 1 or 2 minis, and they were newer than the 12. And it seems to me that the 12 itself, the 12 mini, has stronger adhesive than what I'm used to. So we're just gonna forge on. And you can tell, like, the reason why I think it was simply just not enough heat is you can tell exactly where it was. Normally, you don't get it, you do usually get it somewhat directed in one area, but I've never seen it all directed in literally one area like this. Like, all of the crack is here. Normally you expect it to fray out. And really the area I expected to give me trouble was up here where this dent is. But it didn't give me trouble at all. It's just this area right here has stronger adhesive and I didn't get hot. I feel really bad about it, but at the same time, I know I'm gonna make it right, so... Hey, on the bright side, now I can just yank it and not worry about breaking it. So there's always a good side to it. Now I can just kind of... We're in there. As long as I don't hit any other cables. Shouldn't. That I'm at least experienced enough to know. I have gone through guides on this already. To know where all the cables are. Oh yeah, you can see right here what's happening. So we have a interesting effect here. Let me see if I can zoom in and show you that. And it tells you exactly what happened. It wasn't necessarily that I didn't have enough heat in this area. Although it's at least partially that. It looks like before it delaminated from the casing, which is how it should normally go, this metal back piece started delaminating from the front. And that's where you got this break. And that basically felt doom for the screen. And I know I seem like I'm hyperfixating. I partially am, because I'm the type of person that gets more upset at myself and breaking stuff than other people breaking stuff. But it's also because I want to learn from this, you know, like you said. At least I got to learn from it. But yeah, you can see here. The adhesive type they use here is different from the 12 full size. Which they said it was slightly different from the guides. But they said it should be mostly the same process. And I expected it to be more the same than this. But this adhesive is way stronger than the 12, considering it's a smaller phone. But, like I said, on the bright side, we'd got to learn from it, and, well, now I don't have to worry about breaking the screen, because it was broke. So, I can just kind of go through. Oh, look at that. She's still trying to hold on. She's trying. But there ain't nothing left of her. Yeah. I know for some clients this is kind of gruesome to go through, so I honestly half expected something to go wrong, because usually when I'm watched, that's when things go wrong. I don't know why. And even when things don't go wrong, it always feels gruesome watching your prized devices just get ripped apart. Now we're gonna go over here. And I get that. The only reason why I'm comfortable doing is I've just done it for years, you know? Now we go. Hey. Honestly, I don't... Yeah, your baby. Honestly, I should have put in the budget a new screen, considering these minis have a really thin screen. They're always my worst fear when it comes to screens. But, I got too macho. I thought I could do it. But that's okay, because, like I said, I get paid this Saturday. I take my money, I buy you a new screen, we're all happy. I got a fun project to do, I learned from it. You got a new screen protector, and a new battery. Because when I replace a screen, I always try to throw in a screen protector if I can find one that gives me a good deal. The last phone, I'm not happy with the screen protector that came with it, but I decided because of that, I'm going to try to throw in screen protectors for now. This is more of what I'm talking about. These corners have really strong adhesive. You can see part of it pulled my spudger off right there. Some more cutting action here. Just a little scared of throwing some glass. That's the one downside of breaking the screen, yo. Wow. Kind of incredible to think of how thin this screen is, though. Yes, I do apologize for your baby, sir. But don't worry, I can make it better. On release. Let's see if I'm caught on something. Let me quickly do a iFixit pull up, because I'm starting to wonder if your Face ID is glued down. I want to double check so I don't just yank it and break something. This was giving me a lot of trouble, specifically in the Face ID. To my knowledge, it should just pull down, but it may just be because the glue is pulled again. Yeah, just show me you taking off the screen perfectly first try. Why don't you? I don't have a fancy tool like that. Okay, so yeah, it just looks like it's adhesive. Okay, so you can see the Face ID stayed there. Technically, that was supposed to fold out with the screen, but that's okay, because if I replace the screen, it's most likely I have to move that over anyways. So that's fine. That's normal stuff. On the last screen replacement I had to do, I had to move over the Face ID because it was serialized. On the 12, to my knowledge, it is not. But always nice if you can save that part. And trust me, of all the things I'm doing to your phone, they're never things I haven't done on my own. It's kind of insane looking at this. Look how thin this screen is. Oh, sorry, I did not mean to hit the mic. That probably sounded awful. But that's crazy. Like, for reference of how thin that is. Well, first off, here's just the thickness of the phone. Obviously pretty thin. But this screen is incredibly thin. Like paper. No wonder it broke easy. But yeah, you can see where the problem arose. Right here. You can see it. I think I got just a little bit too cold, because you can see some shmoo left over where the adhesive was sticking on really strong. Couldn't handle it, so it went. You can also see a slight imprint from the battery. That's kind of funny. That's how tightly packed these things are. Well, let's unplug your battery. First thing we should do once we're in here. Yes, that is what it looks like on the inside. Very compact, very nice. I kind of like the design of the Mini. I just don't appreciate that one spot right here. I believe it was right there. Yeah, right there. You can see it, like I said, there's like white, there's stress marks. Clearly I got too cold in that area and I should have sat for longer. We're gonna look at our Face ID. Just because Part of it was obviously left behind. Here. Wait a second. Trying to make out this Face ID, and it looks like... Let me go look back at her guide. I think this is another reason why our screen may have broke. This looks like it's part of the mid-frame that was supposed to strengthen the screen, which is weird that it left that behind, if that is. So looking very closely at this, yes, that's exactly what went wrong. So this guy is actually technically a mid-frame that was supposed to be attached to your screen, but for whatever reason, it did not pop out with the screen. Instead, your screen separated layers between itself. And that explains why just on the side you can get access to the inside. Because you shouldn't be able to see inside of your LCD like that just by putting your fingernails. That's not normal. So that explains exactly where our problem arose. For whatever reason, the adhesive on your screen holding it in was stronger than the mid-frame holding it together. So that should mean that if I stick this under here... Oh, in there. Dang. Yeah, I've never had that happen. First, we're gonna get rid of the battery, because that's the only part that isn't covered and could risk, like, damage. And if I damage that, clearly it's gonna be a problem. We're gonna grab tweezers. Be better if I had the straight ones, because these tabs are probably gonna suck. Grab this. Let me make sure you can actually see. Sometimes I forget I'm filming. Up under here. Avoid poking the battery. I really wish they put a tab that made this not stick down on itself. Always annoying when you actually look at what it does. Rolls back on. Anyways, now pull it out. I don't know why, I usually have better luck with just my fingernail than the tweezers, even though I should be having better luck with tweezers. Ah! They'll have it break on me a lot. That's why I hate them, because they break so much. Okay, I think I actually got most of that one, if not all. This one's gonna be a pain. Case in point. See about this. Are there any tabs exposed? Looks like these are tabs. But of course they're terrible on, you know, break. Every time. So, you may have to do the normal method that I have to do every time with these. And rub some isopropyl alcohol in there. And then we're going to have to figure out the mid-frame, which should just be heating it again, and I can probably either use small tweezers or nippers and cut right here, and then it should all pull out a lot easier, just because it won't be connected. God, I hate these tabs so much. The Apple designers are just evil for these things. They present it as like an easier repair job because you have pull tabs, but then their pull tabs just suck. Yeah, we're just gonna do the isopropyl alcohol method. What you do here, hold it sideways so all the alcohol runs away from components. Yeah. It's gonna look grim. I know that looks awful. I know. But it loosens up the adhesive, so you can stick a pick in there carefully. And I suggest, because isopropyl alcohol is flammable, if you start seeing any gas coming out, you take away your hand real fast, and you use something non-flammable to take this and put it in a bin of sand, because that is the only thing that's putting out this fire. There you go. Now shake out the excess alcohol. Once again, I know it looks grim, but isopropyl alcohol is pretty safe on electronics. It only causes problems if it's a very low concentration, like something below 70%. I really recommend 99%. But 70% is more common. Wipe up my workspace. Nice and clean and tidy. Yeah. Bring this guy back. I will grab a second rag. Once again, really kind of a safe practice. I've never had anything go wrong with that, but once again, I had something go wrong with the screen, and that shouldn't have been able to happen. The worst I've ever had happen is sometimes it makes this black coating right here get a little easy to rub off, but as long as you don't use anything sharp on it until it's dry, it's fine. I'm gonna peel the rest of these tabs. And realistically, it won't hurt if this coating's worn off. It's just a nice to have. That coating is just to keep you from damaging your coil when you're working outside. That is your charging coil. It doesn't actually serve a function other than looking nice and keeping you from getting dust in the coil if you're working on it, which really won't hurt as long as you keep your workspace clean. There you go. Got it peeling off. See that? Beautiful. Probably pretty hard to see with how reflective this is, but I think y'all can just about make white squares that I'm peeling off. I hope you enjoy the grim sight that you're watching. I'm sure you do, considering, like I said, I try to cover the cost when I break the screen or something. I only won't cover the cost of something like that when I say, okay, I absolutely have to break this to get in there. And I felt macho that day. I felt like I could do it. I should have budgeted in the screen, and I didn't. But that's okay, because for this particular job, I got overpaid because I actually had them pay for a replacement charging port. Their charging port was not working. But I ended up noticing later on, even though I had blown out the port, that there was something deep down in there that looked a different color. So I grabbed tweezers, and it turned out there was a clump of dust that was just so compacted that it would not come out with any sort of blowing. So I took some contact cleaner, turned off the phone completely, sprayed a bunch of contact cleaner in the port, and used a pair of very small tweezers to poke out the dust, basically to turn it into mud. Let the contact cleaner drip out, added more, and just kind of rinsed it. And that worked well. I wouldn't recommend it for somebody who's not good with their hands or doesn't know what they're doing, just because you may end up shorting some contacts or bending some. But once again, it was one of those cases where I was confident and I had the skill level and the experience. I've done that on my own multiple times. All of that piece of all of that stuff's washed out. Kind of satisfying. Yeah, that's part of why I enjoy this work. I wish I could give it to you in better quality than this. Part of it's zooming it in, but let's be honest, it's mostly an issue of my home Wi-Fi, because the preview I'm looking at right now says that it's in 720p from how zoomed it is. My full video quality is 1080 when I'm zoomed out, but I can't be zoomed out all the time. I need space to work. Like, this is literally a foot and a couple inches off of my table. But yeah, so now you have a perfectly good husk of a phone to put your battery in your screen. But first we gotta figure out this situation before I put the other battery in, just because it's gonna make it easier, because I don't have to worry about, you know, cutting anything in big fire. And I will say, I do think that this was showing significant signs of wear, this old battery, because normally they should not be pressing up against the screen so much that it leaves an imprint. It can happen from time to time on these minis, but I don't think it should have been leaving an imprint, so I think it was getting to the end of its life, and clearly it wasn't holding anything, so what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to take out this frame, and the only thing we need to be careful of now is don't put pressure on the board, which should be easy because there's barely any material there that needs to lift out, and I'm probably going to start from the bottom, where the only thing to worry about is speakers, which they should be fine with a little bit of pressure. And the Face ID is currently on that subframe. So we're just going to pull it out so that it's ready for the next screen, and then we're going to go online and find you a good screen and install the battery. So first, so that we can avoid it, since we're already here and we broke this, that gives us access to these screws prematurely, which is somewhat useful, because now, instead of risking hurting the wire of the Face ID, we can take our tri-wing screwdriver, take all of these screws out, now underneath here, a little bit more isopropyl alcohol. Don't worry about that. Before I throw in the battery, I'm going to hit it with a little heat to make sure we evaporate all of it. Shouldn't be a problem, once again, but I like to make sure. Ooh, actually, I was incorrect. So I thought this guy comes down to here, No, it wraps around back and it goes in this corner. So we're absolutely fine. Even if we have had to lift that, it would have just come undone. I'm gonna leave this off just because when I dry it, it's gonna make it easier. So what we're probably gonna do is we're gonna grab our heat gun. I know, a lot more heat involved in electronics repair than you would think. It's mostly just iPhones though. iPhones have too many glued parts to not require a little bit of heat. We're just gonna, you know, same rigmarole. We're just gonna need a little less heat since we're directly putting it on the glue now. Can't say getting there. I'm gonna say that's probably good, even though that's not a lot of heat. But right now we have nothing to risk because the only fragile component that involves the whole heating and drying process is on. But yeah, you can see it right here. What may help me, if I get a plastic spudger right here, see right here. And I think this is what I was actually supposed to get at, but didn't end up getting. Because there's a little notch here with, like, less material that's meant to bend out of the way as it would. I'm gonna get there with this. See. Now that I hit it with the spudger, that was supposed to come out with the screen. This is what entirely screwed the screen up. So, for some reason, the adhesive that was supposed to be very strong, stronger than what's underneath here, came out with it. And this explains what was confusing me before. You see these two little tabs? Those are what interface with these two screws. When I was taking out the screen, I was kind of confused because it came out and I didn't see those. But this explains both why it broke and why it confused me. But, like I said, since that's all in the past, it makes the job a little easier because I can just indiscriminately pull this out now. The only part I have to worry about being careful about is your Face ID. Now, I don't know that it's serialized, but just in case, I'm gonna treat it like it is. No. Okay, good. Oh, I was double wrong. There is a cable right there. There was a reason to my stupidity. Okay. So now you see this metal piece is basically just junk. That should have been attached to the screen, but it decided it didn't want to be anymore. That's your phone. That's all of it. But what we need to salvage from this, for when I get the new screen in, is just going to be 4 screws. I almost missed this guy. We have a very tiny screw. Look at that. It's smaller than a grain of rice. And we have one here. All of these are tri-wing except for one, because Apple's boba holes. Oh, 2. So these 2 are Phillips. You know, the little cross. These guys just come out too. Over here, so I'm different. And then your Face ID will basically just roll off. And underneath it, you have this little microphone right here. This. Oh no, this is the IR emitter actually. Which one's the earpiece? Here's the earpiece. Earpiece is right here. That's in your big chamber. And then this is an infrared emitter. And the infrared camera is still attached right here. That's still in this box. So this guy is always interesting to get out because it's a lot of little cables. Need to lift up on this little piece here. What we're going to use for that is, what I said, tweezers. There they are. We're gonna get underneath there. Lift our adhesive. And then that fragile part lifts out. And then you lift under this adhesive. You take a little bit of force. Definitely don't go too far. There you go. And that gets you your little microphone out. That's what that little module is. That's the actual microphone that I'm stuck the IR emitter for. And then this part is just an antenna. So now we have that. That's the only part we need to salvage from the screen. The rest of the screen is basically trash now. Unfortunately. Very much my fault. Oh look, you can see plastic remains in the midframe. So now this guy's ready for its replacement. We're gonna hit it with the heat gun for a little bit more on a lower heat, just to make sure we dry it out. Because technically you can have issues with the alcohol just because we used it to dissolve adhesive. If we left it with liquid in there, there's a slight chance that we could have adhesive end up on the board and short something. Which probably wouldn't hurt in most cases, but always better safe than sorry. Gonna hit it with heat. Dry it nice and dry. So far, I call this a 90% success. I mean, it's really about the friends we made along the way, right? Make sure not to get any plastic parts too hot. So I'm holding it a lot farther away than I was before. And that's hot. Warm, but not hot. Okay. That should be pretty good, considering isopropyl alcohol evaporates very easily. So, installing the new battery. I did a Linus Tech Tips. Anyways, this is what we came here for. This is the part that's gonna be more fun. So we get to get that peel. And we're gonna line it up here. Okay, so this has a lot of extra cable. We're gonna just pre-bend it upwards instead of where it was originally bent. We're gonna line it up in here. Give plenty of room on either side for tabs, just in case somebody else needs to replace it. Plenty of room right here. There's lots of room down here. And we give her a little press. Now, I'm peeled the blue peel. This one's just to protect the battery and shifting and stuff. There we go. That is a new battery. This up, press down, and bend it in place. Get it real close to my face so I can see and line it up perfectly. Just because first time battery installations, the cable is always a little finicky. There we go. We got our cable in there. Now, here are your phones working. Not exactly a great way to test it here. Considering the screen's bored. Although this does make me wonder. we can at least test that the battery functions, because we will get the last remaining corner that works. So if that lights up, our battery's working. Press the button. Get our last remaining corner, or is the screen too borked? Screen may be too borked. Yeah, it's too far gone to function. That's alright. That's okay. I'm gonna leave this unplugged. Now, let's look for a part. Well, obviously, I'm gonna go ahead and... I'm gonna keep y'all here while I... That was definitely a learning experience. These minis, like I said, more interesting than I expected it to be. Most of the time when I deal with a mini, honestly, most of the time when I deal with any phone, I haven't had that problem. But, like I said, there's times where these things happen. Battery, I'll have to see if I can get it to somewhere to recycle it. Parts file. Nope. I will let y'all stare at that while I look at some Amazon. Pull up our Amazon. Yes, look at my typing wrist. Okay. So a replacement screen isn't too bad. I'm looking like 30 or 40 bucks. Given once I'm paid, I'll be paid far more than that this Saturday, so I should be good. Yes, sweet succulent AA batteries. You'll have a new battery, and when I bring it back to you, you'll have a new screen. So honestly, I think that's a win for you, considering you get a free part. Got some cleaning to do though too. Although that's a normal procedure for me. I like to clean the dust out of the little crevice. It likes to build up in there. I had to do the same on mine. So yeah, a screen replacement's not a bad price. 30 bucks ain't too bad. I've had to replace worse on on phones I mess up. Yeah, of course. I find this stuff fun, so it's a nice soothing thing to do. And like I said, in this line of work, I expect to break things every once in a while, and I expect to have to back myself up when I... So, I'll hook you up with that. There we go. This is the tool I use for doing this. A nice soft plastic so I don't risk breaking something. And scrapes out all the dirt. This way. This. And where'd my brush go? I have a brush. And then once I'm fully done cleaning it like that, I take isopropyl alcohol on a Q-tip and clean the seal so it's sticky. And seals to the new case and is still dustproof. Although, with the new screen replacement, I will likely get you a new seal. Almost every screen replacement you get comes with a new seal nowadays. Oh, sorry, I was out of frame. Went like this. Honestly, isn't the bad. My phone had way more dust in it. I still love how, I find it kind of funny and ironic how the sentence I started with was, use a nice soft pick. It's nice and slim to get under there. And make sure to have plenty of heat. I failed to too little heat. Said these things happen, but the irony's fun. I think that's a good learning experience for us all. Do as I say, not as I do. Sometimes I make oopsie daisies. Go. And now, I take some isopropyl alcohol. One of swabs. Cotton swab. And wipe the seal. So it's sticky. This is just in case the kit I get doesn't come with the seal or it's faulty or something. Obviously, if I can, I'll reuse it because it worked perfectly fine. Be plenty dust-proof. The back of the phone's broke, so once again, not waterproof, it's only dust-proof. So the seal is going to be the same way. It's going to be waterproof practically. It's just that I won't advertise that to save my own butt. Now, normally I clean the lenses with another Q-tip, but I'm not going to do that yet just because I'm not reinstalling the screen. I usually do that right before putting the screen all the way on. And I did get lucky. Got lucky. These screens aren't technically full OLED. They have certain OLED tech. They have better blacks. But, these specific screens are different in that, oh my goodness, my character just wigged out. They're different in that they are more close to LCD. So I will show you over here. Angel's View. Come over here. Your prices are typically like $30, $60 for the ultra premium with 500 tools a pack. But our typical amount for a well-reviewed one is 30 or 40 bucks. It isn't bad at all. This is like what I think of when I think screen replacement part price. Honestly, most of what I've been looking at lately has been cheap though, so it's spoiled me. Like 18 bucks is crazy. But yeah. So this will be 30, 40 bucks. That'll feel fine on my wallet, and it'll make me feel good to upgrade someone. So I'm going to go ahead and save the one that I think looks the best, which is this one. This one's going to give my client a screen protector, a seal that gives them complete waterproofing, and I've actually worked using this brand before. Their screen protector is not the best, but the kit itself and the screens are pretty good quality. So as long as they give me good quality again, this is what you'll be seeing on your phone. And the screen protector should be better quality this time. The only problem I had with the screen protector is it was for one of the older phones that has curved edges, so the curves didn't match up, so the screen protector didn't fit. But this is a flat screen, so it should fit perfect. Let me see my chat real quick. I see a message. The chef knows best. Hey man. I am a big fan of a good cheap LCD display. I think that the OLEDs, like the full OLEDs that are in phones, they infuriate me because let me show you what it looks like to replace an OLED phone screen. Let me try to think of a specific model. I'm just going to type in Samsung OLED screen, because most of the ones I've seen are Samsung. We're going to look at... this is one that I've had to look at recently. OLED for Samsung Galaxy. LCD. See, this is a fake screen that's actually an LCD and not an OLED. So it's $77, which honestly is expensive for an LCD. But if we go and just type in Samsung Galaxy OLED placement, this is what you're looking at for an actual OLED. These types of prices feel crazy for just replacing one screen. But these are what you have to spend for it to actually be an OLED. Otherwise, what you get is an LCD, which is not going to have those inky blacks and those bright whites. My location showing? Ha! Joke's on you. That's not my location. Apparently I have proxy on or something, because that is not my location. Oh, it's because I'm not signed in. Ha! But yeah. Normally you... What was I talking about? Okay, there we go. Sorry, I just completely had an ADHD moment and drew a blank. But yeah, those OLED screens drive me insane, because yes, they technically look better, but on a tiny phone screen, I don't care. I don't want an OLED on my tiny phone screen that's going to be carried with me and be easy to break. Because then if I break my screen, I'm dropping $100 to $200 on a screen for something that I just need to take notes on and to work, and I'm barely gonna watch movies on. If I'm watching movies, I'm watching it on TV. Or I'm watching it on a laptop. Give me only OLED screens there. Especially on a TV, because it's already gonna be $100 or $200 to replace it. Because just replacing the screen like this is not an option. It's not like a phone. You might as well just replace the whole TV for the same price. But an OLED screen on a phone like this, it's infuriating because it's so expensive just to replace something that's going to be in my pocket and roughed around all day. It's kind of crazy to me. Yeah, do a thing real quick. I want to search a theory because then I may be able to at least, if this theory is correct. Okay, I can't do that, unfortunately. Bwomp, bwomp. The only last bastion we have is if I do this. What we're gonna do. If we get a little pop-up right here saying that an iPhone was connected, then we know it's working. So what I'm gonna do is turn it on. I'm gonna plug in an iPhone cable to my PC. If we get a pop-up, we know it's working. Otherwise, it may have to try. I just made myself look like a buffoon. You know what I forgot about? The phone to show up on your... You have to click accept. I have to click the accept button, which I don't have a screen to click. Desperate for a way to test it because I love showing the results. I don't have a way to do that until I get this. I'm gonna stop being... I'm gonna calm down. I'm gonna tell you I'm gonna order the screen on Saturday night. And I'm gonna stop while I'm ahead. I am going to put the pieces together, put it away, and bring it back to you on Monday. Although, do be looking out for this stream coming soon. Your phone is hungry. What? Anyways, be looking out for let me... What do you mean your phone is hungry? But, be looking out for this guy soon. This guy's gonna show up in a stream soon, too. We're gonna order the parts for this. We're gonna order parts for that. 2 screens. We'll see if we do it all in one stream. That'll be fun. For now, like I said, I'm getting rambunctious trying to end the stream while I have some work to do. Because I don't trust myself, I will lose parts if I don't either put it on a parts platter or screw these in. So I'm just going to screw these in and unscrew them next stream. My phone is at 10% battery. Well, plug your dang phone in. But yeah. The only screws and parts I'm going to leave out are the Face ID parts. And I am going to set those in a glass bowl so I don't lose them and so they don't get scratched by anything. So we're just gonna... We are gonna lift the battery out. We're just gonna unplug it and lift the plug. Seems my tape didn't go all the way down on one side. Why is this? Ah, there we go. Alright, now it's in. That was a little stupid. Anyways. You know what? I think if she lifts out... Okay, still, she's still not in. What we're gonna do, actually, is gonna make this whole stream entirely useless, buddy. What we're gonna do... Where's our wrapping paper? Because then I can just put it back in there. And it'll be completely out of the way. I can just reinstall it next. Oh, did I already throw away the wrapper? Okay. So since I already threw away the wrapper, she's gonna stay in here. Let's not mess with her anymore. I don't want to see the adhesive go bad. We're gonna give her the press-a-roonies. We'll find the charger for your phone. Anyways, this can go in right here. We'll switch to our tri-wing bit. See, I'm a little bit ADHD in my process sometimes, like going back and forth with that battery. But, get the job done. I like to think that I get the job done. Considering I revived the phone that went through the microwave. I'm still shocked that that happened with the screen. I'm gonna be thinking about that for months. Like, I've never seen that before where the screen just delaminates instead of coming off. Very odd behavior. Honestly, I think physics broke itself to me. Got that panel in. And this one just goes right here. It's a single screw. I'll leave the battery unplugged just so next time I don't have... Yep. Arise? Arise for what? And then, for safekeeping, we're gonna take our weird star things that make me angry. We're gonna screw those in. I did not mean to hit the mic again. Very sorry. But those will just screw in. They don't actually screw into the screen. They just kind of hook in. So you can screw them in without the screen being there. Man, I wish the screen would have arisen. That it delaminated like a dork. But you have me almost 100% certain that this guy still works. We just need to install the screen. It kind of infuriates me that the screen broke, though, because now we can't verify and make 100% sure the battery works. So if I need a refund on the battery, well, we're gonna be waiting. Which is why I really wish that I could just, you know, plug in all of these and turn it on and have the screen, you know, show us. But I really feel like it's not gonna work. Of course, my hands are working without me, and they're just absolutely taking it apart to see. Because what if it does work? Could just be wishful thinking. Probably is, considering it didn't work earlier. I just really want to see a backlight or something. Ooh, you know what else we could do? We could plug in Face ID and see if we get a red dot. Battery cable's giving us trouble here. There we go. I'll try the Face ID thing after if this doesn't work. I doubt this will work. Not even the slightest bit. Who all surprised? That's right. That's right, absolutely nobody. Man. I'm not depressed I broke the screen, you are. Anyways. In all seriousness, let's just put the stupid screw back in and end the stream. We have a good Amazon cart. We got the iPhone. Was it X or S? I've already forgotten. I'm gonna go back and look. I order the part. But we have two screens, and we have the 12 mini. Dadgummit. Stay on the screwdriver, not on the Mac. I get it? Got it. Yeah. That can go there for safekeeping. You're surprised about what? The fact that I broke the screen too? Got any questions left? Nachos. I could go for some nachos. Well then, I guess I'm gonna just end it right here. Thank you for watching, and thank you for the funding to repair. Once again, sorry. Expect a new screen.